Do-do-do-do-do. I change. Oh, I change the picture. After. Okay. Hello, everybody. Paulie is live streaming during the morning. Am I dreaming? New survivor. Yeah, but we don't know who it is. Crazy. This is crazy. We got this teaser. I don't know what the devs are doing. I don't know what they're doing differently, but they have definitely taken control of the amount of information that is getting out there, and it's pretty wonderful. Like, this is crazy that we're going into tomorrow. I mean, now I'm going to say that, and it's going to get leaked in the next 5 minutes or something. But, like, it wouldn't be the first time that, like, the night before, like, oh my gosh, we're going to, like, find out live. The devs are going to introduce it to us. And then some D-bag told us what it was, like, the night before. Wouldn't be the first time. I'm pretty excited. Like, it's crazy to me that even myself as Fog Whisperer, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is tomorrow. But anyway, we got this teaser that shows this flashlight that's like blinking and all this mysterious fog around. And I'm not sure what this is. I thought maybe they were just promoting this new game mode called Lights Out. It looks very dark and foggy. Some people think this means that Alan Wake is coming as the new survivor tomorrow, which I guess the pieces of paper on the table would also suggest it would lean towards Alan Wake because he's a novelist. So there's a possibility there that it could be Alan Wake. That seems logical. What's the lights out mode game again? So I think that's supposed to be like what do they call it? The game mode that they proposed, it was called like disgustingly scary. Will the prices be reduced? Have they not been reduced yet? Because I saw there was a blurb in the in-game news. Are they not reduced right now? I assumed when I saw that in the in-game news that they had been reduced. Like I said, it's hard for me to check on stuff because I own everything already. So, I mean, I guess we could go to Steam. We could see if the bundles are there. I agree, it does look like Alan Wake. There's not a teaser beyond this, though, right? This is the only one. KGB, thank you very much. Warden Hiller's here. Parhees is here. High Strike is here. Firewolf's here. Monster Big Buck is here. John or C179. Mojo Tees. Wildcard. ASMR. Hitchkine. Mike Rosoft. Skylar Puppy's here. Thanks again, KGB. Gem's here. Good morning to you, Gem TV. Stop jinxing it. I'm not trying to. I'm just being a realist. So they're about to let us know, or we have to wait till tomorrow. They're having a live stream tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. They said they're going to go over all of the developer update changes, which we're going to talk about here now. They're going to walk us through that stuff. And then presumably they're going to introduce us to the new survivor. The bundles are on Xbox. Okay, cool. So maybe it will be in game too if that's out. Honey Bear's here. I never played Alan Wake. It's in my library. They even had a sequel, right? Is it a sequel or a remaster? Is there an Alan Wake 2? I think there's an Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, he looks much more disheveled. That's the pictures people are throwing up on Twitter. I didn't even know that that's what Alan Wake looks like in Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2. Huh. And Alan Wake actually also, it's weird. I just saw like I was just looking McLean stream for old time's sake to see what he had to say about Chucky and stuff like a couple of weeks ago, and he was playing Alan Wake. Is that a coincidence? Is that just pure coincidence? I don't know. Um, and Alan Wake also is part of a larger game universe, right? Alan Wake is a character in Control, a video game called Control. He is a writer and paranaturally altered individual identified by the Federal Bureau of Control. So there's a game about the Federal Bureau of Control as well called Control. So that might have something to do with an Alan Wake license as well. Is the new Survivor licensed or original? Well, if it's Alan Wake, it's definitely licensed. So I've played Control and I really liked it. That's cool. So there's who's the main protagonist in Control? Control, Jesse Faden. Jesse Faden is the main protagonist of Control. So you might be both. I don't know. If I'm correct, a big part of Alan Wake is the flashlight. Definitely a big part of Alan Wake is the flashlight. So it might be an Alan Wake / Control license. If it's Jesse, that's crazy. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So if it's Alan Wake, it could be more than just Alan Wake because he's part of a larger gaming universe. But I guess he would be the main. Is there a possibility that it's a new killer? No, they told us that this is a mid-chapter, so it's going to be Survivor only. There was no Survivor with Chucky, right? So they're squeezing in a Survivor here. Quantum Break is also part of that universe. Are you serious? So we could get, what is the name of this guy? The protagonist. Jack Joyce, played by Sean Ashmore. That's wild. Quantum Break, Alan Wake. Is Quantum Break connected to Alan Wake? There's a few Easter eggs, but it's not connected to Alan Wake. Is it very loosely connected? Alan Wake 2, as part of the Remedy Connected Universe, contains a number of references or elements tying into 2016 Quantum Break. Huh. So if you're a fan of that game, we could potentially see a Jack Joyce character too. Could it also be Hopper? Sure. For sure. Mm-hmm. Quantum Break is also in the same universe. So we could get Jack Joyce. Huh. Interesting. I'm pretty sure it's licensed now. Why tease a non-license like that? I would think for a non-license, you would probably want to tease it quite a bit more leading up to it. I think a license, maybe you would hold it in respect to the license holder and just drop it and it would sell itself, kind of a thing. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Could it be Hopper because we got Stranger Things back? I think if you're going to do more Stranger Things, it would be in a full chapter, unless you're going to do like a Survivor release and then do another chapter later. But I think you probably want to do a full chapter if you're going to do Stranger Things and not just release some more Survivors, but you could do both. I'd be okay with some more Survivors. That flashlight looks like a lot like what Hopper uses. I mean, it is a mag light like a police officer would use. I agree with you there. The pieces of paper, you have to take in the evidence and the things that we can see. And you can see like dust particles in the air is very Stranger Things like from being in the upside down. I definitely agree with you on that. The pieces of paper would lean towards Alan Wake. I could kind of go either way on this right now. Hmm. The dust particles floating in the air is very Stranger Things upside down like. I'll give you that. But the pieces of paper would lead me towards, if I have to pick something, I would say Alan Wake between the two right now. But don't get me wrong, I would love some Hopper. All right, so Dead by Daylight put this out today. First dev update of the year is here with generator updates, Hillbilly's new chainsaw, Onryo update, the FOV slider, and more. And I thought the more was going to be the survivor. Is the flashlight in Morse code? I don't know. Eight seconds of Morse code. What do we got here? I don't know. I don't think that's enough. Maybe two initials or something. I'm not sure how many letters you could convey in those 8 seconds with Morse code. The new packs for sale, is that just Steam or console as well? Should be both. I hope it's not another Resident Evil character. I don't think it would be. If you translate the dust particles into Morse code, it says spring trap. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just happy it's getting revealed on my birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Warden. All right, back to this. Dead by Daylight. And then when they said and more, I was like, oh, and the more is going to be the Survivor identity. I click through it. Nothing. All right, here's your developer update. Let me resize this. Size. Over here. January update. Oh, that's a good size. No. Messing up. Stop screwing up, Paulie Esther. There we go. January developer update. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all you, by the way. Our team is back in action, and we've got a doozy of a developer update in store for you today. In this edition, we'll be covering everything coming to Dead by Daylight in our first major update of the year, from various killer, perk, and map updates and more. We've been busy, so buckle up. It's a long one. Generators. Kicking things off, no pun intended, we have a few updates to generators. More specifically, these changes target how generators are damaged by the killer and how their regression can be stopped by survivors. The goal with this update is to bring an end to excessively long matches, 3 generator scenarios in particular, and at the same time improve the killer's ability to damage generators. 3-gen scenarios are those where the killer aims to defend 3 generators that are close by in particular and does not participate in normal gameplay, not chasing the survivors, etc. In this instance, survivors are not able to make any meaningful progress to those 3 generators. So going forward, each generator can only suffer from a maximum of 8 regression events. I saw some people complaining about this, but I think that's a lot. Where a regression event is any time the killer or their perks removes at least 2.5% of the generator's progress in an instant. An indicator will show the killer if a generator can no longer be damaged. I wonder what that's going to look like. In the overwhelming majority of games, this will not come into play. However, in scenarios where the killer is defending a set of generators and refuses to chase survivors, they will eventually come to a point where they can no longer damage the generator, helping bring an end to excessively long matches. At the same time, we want to address a point of frustration for killers as well. Survivors working on a generator briefly to stop it from regressing, or gen tapping for short. Given that the number of regression events is now limited, stopping a generator from regressing is more meaningful than ever. To prevent survivors from tapping a gen to negate one of those regression events, we have made 2 changes. The base damage from kicking a generator has been increased to 5%, up from 2.5%. Good golly. Remember when killers couldn't kick gens? Well, we're going back to that, but only after they kicked the gen 8 times. At least 5% of the generator's total charges must be repaired to stop regression. Otherwise, it will begin regressing again when the survivor stops repairing. I heard this might make Ruin OP with it. Yeah, because I think there's a Ruin change in here too, where you don't lose Ruin when the first survivor is killed. So, yeah, make Ruin great again. This will help ensure that the killer always gets some value from kicking a generator and encouraging survivors to think twice before attempting to stop the regression. I think this is a net buff for killers, really. I mean, like they said, the majority of games, this isn't even going to come into play with this maximum of 8 events, which would mean, applying jolt/surge to a gen 8 times, kicking a gen 8 times, eruption, a scourge hook, whatever you want to talk about. 8 of those scenarios on each individual gen would be the max. I don't think that's going to happen a whole lot to a singular gen, and you're going to get more value when you kick, and then the survivor can't, like you see games where even I've done it, where in the middle of the loop you'll tap the gen on the killer just to stop the regression in the middle. Well, you can't do that anymore. I mean, you can tap the gen, but it isn't going to do anything. It's not going to stop regression. I think this is a net positive for killers personally. How do you only have 40 viewers? Geez, I don't know, Bruce. Go tell all your friends. Come on. Go tell all your friends. Beta, what is this? Oh, this is for the FOV slider. So this is going to be an optional thing in the beta tab. You can turn this on or off if you want to. The FOV slider, field of view. Is Shadowborn permanently locked into one of your perk slots? Well, that's about to change thanks to the new first-person field of view slider. Starting with this update, killers in first person will be able to adjust their field of view to something that they're more comfortable with, ranging from 87 degrees, which is the current default, to 103 degrees, the current maximum with Shadowborn. Perks which alter your FOV, Shadowborn, and modern reviews will need to be adjusted. We'll cover exactly how those perks are changing later in this post. Bear in mind, this option only applies to first-person field of view and therefore will not affect survivors. Since survivors play the game from third-person perspective, a wider field of view would add to an already advantageous camera view. Initially, this feature will be accessible through the beta tab in the game. So this is a net positive for killers too, right? You can adjust this FOV, or if you're somebody who suffers from some nausea effects from the way the game looks, you can narrow it, right? So net positive for killers here. The Onryo. I thought this was going to be a nerf to her, but I'm not so sure. The Onryo, a few months ago, we released a major update to the Onryo. Though some players were pleased with the changes, many longtime Onryo mains felt that her gameplay had changed too much from the killer they once loved. And in this update, we want to revisit Sadako once more to find a middle ground which better appeals to all her players, old and new. Please tell me this will be on console too. The public test build will not. It'll go for Steam tomorrow, where Steam PC players can test it, and then 3 weeks later it'll go live with any adjustments that they make that they feel necessary, things that get exposed by the players. Say, hey, you didn't think about this, and they'll make those changes, and it'll come out at the end of the month. For Condemned, in the last update, Condemned would spread to all survivors who were not holding a tape whenever Sadako projected to a TV. This allowed her to spread her curse more often, but many felt that this favored teleporting as soon as possible rather than strategically during a chase. We have a few changes in mind to restore this gameplay while keeping Condemned more prominent. When the Onryo teleports, survivors within 16 meters of a powered TV will receive a stack of Condemned. I didn't realize this, but she was applying, or she is, like right now in her current version, she's applying a stack of Condemned when she teleports map wide. I didn't know there was no radius. It's the whole map. That's a lot. So 16 meters. You should still be able to get some survivors because the TVs are near generators. So, you know, you're probably going to get somebody. I didn't know. No, I didn't know it was the whole map, Skylar. I thought it was within a range. I didn't realize it was map wide. That's a lot. The teleport cooldown has been removed, allowing her to teleport more frequently. Currently, she has to wait 10 seconds for her power to recharge. So imagine just teleporting. Now, I guess I was going to say teleport in the same TV, but it's going off when you teleport into it, right? That won't work. When a survivor is hooked, their current Condemned progress becomes locked in. That's scary to me, preventing it from being removed. So, you don't have to worry about, as an Onryo, you don't have to be like, well, I don't want to hook them and have them lose some of their Condemned, so I'm going to slug them. You just put them on the hook, and then they're still staying in their Condemned and pretty close to getting to the staring contest. No risk of losing Condemned by hooking them. This will make it risky for survivors to ignore. What does Condemned do? So Condemned is like in the ring when you get to 7 days, and then she can just take you out, right? She can just kill you outright. Staring contest, the ultimate staring contest that you're going to lose. This will make it very risky for survivors to ignore Sadako's curse. Survivors will want to shut off nearby TVs and deposit their tapes before it's too late. Yeah, you definitely want to have some TVs shut off because you don't want her coming over here and applying that Condemned to you if you can't get rid of it on hook or easily. Speaking of not being able to remove the Condemned stacks easily, we've also reviewed the ways that cursed tapes work to bring back some of their fondly remembered behavior. Cursed tapes no longer protect survivors from gaining Condemned. So previously, if you had a tape in your hand and she hit you, you wouldn't get any more stacks of Condemned and the tape would be destroyed. Now she hits you, you're going to get some Condemned. But the good news is the tape is no longer destroyed. Cursed tapes are no longer destroyed or inflict Condemned when a survivor's hit. Cursed tapes can only be deposited in the further TV from where they were picked up. So that is the thing here that is like, whoa, that is going to make it hard. Kind of like Freddy, right? When you fall asleep, you got to get across map. My question here is, if I have some Condemned, am I going to be able to see the auras of TVs like before I go fully Condemned? Because that's a problem for me. Don't like not being able to see where the TVs are until I'm Condemned. Well, I would like to see the auras of the TVs. This will once again force survivors to spend some time crossing the map in order to delay the curse. Like cross map, some of these maps get all the way across map to put in your tape. Yeah. They should let you see all the TVs no matter how far. Or, I don't need to see map wide. Just show me what's around me, Demanifested. The previous update made it so the Onryo couldn't start a chase while demanifested. This had a side effect in making it very obvious when she demanifested in the middle of a chase, allowing survivors to anticipate and play around it. The Onryo can now chase survivors while demanifested. Additionally, many pointed out that one of the Onryo's changed add-ons, Reiko's Watch, was very fun to use. Rather than add the effect back into the add-on, we instead incorporated it into her base kit to make the add-on feel less essential. The duration of invisibility while demanifested has been increased to 1.2 seconds, up from 1 second. And with all these changes in mind, we reviewed a handful of the Onryo's add-ons, which either no longer have a purpose or promoted strongly disliked playstyles. So I think there was actually an add-on that made it so that survivors had to go to a specific TV, but now if it's saying here, it sounds like they're going to have to go to a specific TV anyway. Cursed tapes can only be deposited in the furthest TV from where they were picked up. So they're going to change that add-on. It's kind of like base now. Next, we have the Hillbilly. Oh, watch out, survivors. It looks like somebody unwrapped a brand new chainsaw. It's the Hillbilly's turn for an update. People are really looking forward to this. Overdrive, the controversial overheat. And I am too, honestly, because I like see like one Hillbilly a month. So I want to see more Billy. But don't worry, I'll be crying about how many Billies and how strong he is in the near future, I'm sure. The controversial overheat mechanic is no more. Overdrive is the new talk of the town. As the Hillbilly uses his chainsaw, it will generate heat just like before. When the heat meter is full, not only... It's the King!
Paulie Esther.
Coming in for 55 months. King and I have a bet about the survivor, whose identity, I guess, will be revealed tomorrow. Well, I thought maybe we're going to find out today who won that bet, but it looks like we have to wait a little bit longer. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. When the heat meter is full, not only will he continue to be able to use it, but his chainsaw will kick into overdrive and gain the following effects for the next 20 seconds. Chainsaw charge speed is increased by 5%. His chainsaw sprint movement speed is increased to 13 meters per second. How fast does he move now? Anybody know? How fast are we talking here? How fast is Hillbilly chainsaw sprint? 9.2 meters per second. Wow. Oh my God, that's like 150%. He's going from 9.2 to 13. Oh my God. 13 meters per second. Chainsaw sprint cooldowns are reduced by 10%. The short version heat is good now. Man, we just faced a Hillbilly, was that Friday night, Saturday night? That all he did was use the saw, and he was very good at it. That's going to be terrifying. Imagine that guy coming back across map at 13 meters per second. Wow. Good luck dodging those when Tinkerer is active. He's hitting the gym hard. Cleaning up. At the same time, we've made some general improvements to the Hillbilly's kit and smoothed out some of the rougher edges. The base chainsaw sprint movement has been increased by 10%. Oh, so they're increasing it. So he's going to be like about 10%, 10 meters per second base, and then 13 in overdrive. So he's even faster just at base. We've reduced the size of the chainsaw's collision detection to make chainsaw sprints more maneuverable in maps with high density tiles. So he's going to not have the, the Hillbilly bump. The camera sensitivity is no longer incorrectly tied to the controller's sensitivity while using a mouse and keyboard. Chainsaw controls are now equal to 100% sensitivity before. I don't know what that means. Hey, Bruce Lee. Loser should do the trouble bubblegum. Guy was out here trying to sentence somebody to death for losing a bet. Trouble bubblegum. Hello, Wicca Boy. And last but certainly not least, we've done a pass-through on the Hillbillies add-ons with these changes in mind. This blog post is long enough as it is, so keep an eye on the patch notes when the public test build goes live for more details. The Blights add-ons. So everything here has been like a win for killers so far. I don't know, maybe not having condemned applied to you as easily as before by just somebody teleporting over and over is a win for survivors, but I don't know. I think overall this is a win for killers, right? The Blight. Surely for this one, the survivors are going to battle back with all these Blight add-on changes. The Blight add-ons. Next, we have some changes in store for a handful of the Blight's add-ons. I think it's 100% clear that it's Alan Wake. They even used a typewriter font. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Interesting. So if it is Alan Wake, I wonder if we will see that entire video game universe on the table with Jesse from Control. And what was that other guy's name? Jack Joyce from Quantum Break. That'd be cool. Blighted Rat and Blighted Crow. These add-ons are fairly strong, making it far more difficult to get out of the way of his rush in time. We've reduced the rush speed bonus of these add-ons to 2% and 3% respectively. It was 4 and 6, so they've halved the Blight's rush buffs from the rat and crow. Adrenaline Vial. This add-on had a lot going on for it, making it a jack of all trades. To simplify it and bring it closer in line with other options, we're removing the following effects. It no longer decreases the time to charge a rush token by 1 second, and it no longer increases rush speed by 10%. The add-on now does the following. These effects are unchanged, so they just took away 2 of the effects. Increases maximum rush tokens by 2, increases maximum rush look angle by 20 degrees, and it decreases the rush turn rate by 55%. So they took away the speed bonus and the time to recharge. Alchemist Ring, the one you probably aren't surprised to see on this list. This one everybody hated, Alchemist Ring. Except for Blights, of course. Restoring rush tokens on hit is incredibly powerful, so we reworked this add-on entirely. It now increases rush duration by 20% for each consecutive rush. Compound 33. Reducing the survivor's movement speed acts very similarly to increasing the Blight's rush speed, so we've decided the best course of action is to give this add-on a new effect. Each consecutive rush, which is longer than 4 meters, increases his turn rate by 33%. Okay. And the Iridescent Blight Tag. This add-on can also be extremely powerful in the right hands. It promotes the awkward gameplay of repeatedly slamming into a wall to take advantage of the effects of the last rush. Yeah, I think we've all seen that. Going, are you okay? And the Blight slamming into the tree like 4 times and he comes flying at you on that last hit. We've given this add-on a brand new effect as well. Enables rush to be performed without spending tokens. Rush bonuses are capped after 3 consecutive rushes. Blighted Corruption goes on cooldown for 20 seconds after a successful lethal rush attack. It's funny, they think Blight's base kit doesn't need tweaking. Blight is still going to be annoying if hug tech is still a thing. Yeah, I agree with you there. Good morning, Tweety. Perk updates. All right. Next up, we got a bunch of perk updates to share. Save the best for last. Oh boy, what is happening here? I didn't get this far. This perk indirectly became stronger when the successful basic attack cooldown was reduced some time ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Certain killers can also circumvent the downside by using their special attack to injure the obsession. Well, you see, like, for example, Trickster, like, well, I'm only going to ever down the obsession with knives. That won't be M1ing. To tone it down and make it more consistent across all killers, we've made the following changes. Each token grants a stackable 4% decreased successful base attack cooldown. It was 5%. And 2 tokens are lost when the obsession loses a health state by any means. Before it was only by basic attack. That's interesting. So people can't look at the HUD and go, oh, this is my obsession. I'm going to make sure I'm going to use my special attack on them so I don't lose my stacks. Interesting. Grim Embrace. Grim Embrace blocks generators for substantial duration. However, it only activates once and requires the killer to hook every survivor once. It can be a little inconsistent and hard to activate. I don't know the last time I saw somebody use this. Therefore, we're adding a secondary effect on top of the existing effect. The first time a survivor is hooked, all generators are blocked for 12 seconds once the killer moves at least 16 meters from the hook. That's interesting. This will ensure the killer is always able to get some value out of their perk. Stream Dad in real life, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream, Stream Dad. We're just going over these patch notes for Dead by Daylight for the PTB tomorrow. Well, I guess it's not really the patch notes. It's kind of the developer update, a teaser look at it all. This will ensure the killer is always able to get some value out of their perk, even if the last elusive survivor managed to evade them, and reward killers who switch targets. So you're going to be able to block all gens for up to 12 seconds every time you hook somebody. That makes that a lot more viable than what it was, where you were getting no value until you hook that 4th survivor. I'm assuming this means that it's going to, like, push people off of the gens they're working, right? After they move 16 meters away from the hook. So what's the distance you have to go outside of the hook to prevent somebody from getting the camping self unhook value? Is it 16 meters? You go just far enough away that they aren't getting anti-camp self unhook progress, and you're getting to stop all the gens. Use that with Scourge. Pain resonance. Pain resonance. Quick Gambit. What is this one? This perk grants other survivors a repair speed boost when you are being chased nearby. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. However, its range is fairly low, making it difficult to get close enough for other survivors to benefit from without also putting them in danger. We have increased the range to 36 meters. Oh, that's pretty cool. I still don't know what that'll do for the pick rate, but it can't hurt. And we've reduced the repair speed bonus to 5% from 8%. Well, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to give you an uptick on the pick rate of that one, but I appreciate the attempt. What's the verdict on corn on the cob versus corn in the can? Well, I mean, corn on the cob is obviously superior, but, you know, it's seasonal at best. What are you going to do? Hex Ruin. We toned this perk down in a previous update, and in retrospect, since the perk could already be disabled by being cleansed, the added activation condition did not feel necessary. Hex Ruin is no longer disabled once a survivor is killed or sacrificed. So, yeah, I think that's going to definitely increase the pick rate of Ruin. It makes it a lot more valuable, especially on maps where totems are hard to find. Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot more Ruin. Might be time to bring back my small game. Shadowborn. Okay, so they have the new field of view sliders that anybody can control, so they have to change these next two perks here. With the new field of view slider being introduced, Shadowborn is now obsolete and needs a new effect because anybody can basically give themselves Shadowborn by increasing their field of view with the slider. When blinded by any means, gain a 10% haste effect for 10 seconds. Holy crap. Lightborn, Shadowborn for the win. Oh my god. Could you imagine? You see some bully squad with like 4 flashlights in the group, and you're like, well, time to put on Lightborn and Shadowborn and slide my FOV. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh wow. Modern Abuse. Likewise, the field of view altering effects of Modern Abuse are now unnecessary, considering the added FOV slider. Modern Abuse allows for some interesting niche playstyles as is, so we've simply removed the field of view adjustment from this perk and left the terror radius effects unchanged. Okay, so no real change there at all. Unlimited power! I don't think Shadowborn can work with Lightborn. Why not? Why wouldn't it? Oh, because you wouldn't be blinded. I see. Yeah, you're right. I got you. Since since Lightborn would prevent you from being blinded, you wouldn't gain the haste. I got you. I was thinking simply the attempt. The attempt. Yeah, you're right. Big brains. You're right. Let's see. But you could use it with who can play, right? You get blinded, and then they're blinded, and then you have a boost. You'll see their aura in a wider field. Is the FOV slider going to help people become better killers, or will people not change, or will it not change how people play? I think you're probably going to see a lot of killers take advantage of the slider. It's like a free perk now, right? You could see more stuff going on the sides. A lot of people, when they try nurse, it's recommended that they increase their field of view so they can see stuff better. Blights also use field of view. So to get those basically as base kit, when you can use the field of view, it helps those killers in particular. Where's my swamp rework? I am genuinely shocked. I can only assume that they decided that the swamp rework wasn't quite ready and they had to put it on hold. I have no idea what they're doing. Like, how are we revisiting Ormond again? And Swamp's just like, let's just let it go a little longer. The Ormond gameplay update. The newly renovated Mount Ormond Resort is open for the season. This update consists of layout changes to the front and back of the lodge, as well as miscellaneous loop adjustments. The front of the lodge currently has a long row of rocks stretching across it. That was always a strange element on that map for me. This can get in the way and make it difficult to traverse the map. Additionally, there's no room in this portion of the map for any windows or pallets. Yeah, the swamp just clearly has no issues. Yeah, that's right. There's no room in this portion of the map for any windows or pallets, essentially making it a big dead zone. Pretty good to hide behind, though. But other than that, we've given this portion of the map an overhaul to create more interesting gameplay. I'm okay with that. I didn't really like that big long rock wall. It would be like here, running all the way here, like from the map of the trails, the ski trails. The back of the lodge, meanwhile, is this the back? Yeah. The back of the lodge, meanwhile, is comprised of mostly picnic tables, great for enjoying a meal in the freezing cold, but not very impactful when it comes to gameplay. Pallet loops around these tables are fairly short, making them incredibly unsafe. We have similarly adjusted this area to improve gameplay. That's interesting. I think it's going to be okay. What did Mojo say? The swamp is so crowded. I don't know. I really, really thought we were going to get a new swamp here, especially like when Dave was talking about it on the Reddit Q&A, talking about the other versions of the map, and he's like, "I'm glad you remember." And I thought maybe we were going to not only get a swamp rework, though we might get a new variation too. But all right, here we go. Game modifiers. Whilst these will not be in the upcoming PTB, our first limited time modifier, Dead by Daylight Lights Out, will be available to play in the coming months. Stay tuned for more information. Congratulations, you reached the end of this long developer update. Everything we mentioned here will be available to test on the public test build starting tomorrow. For more information on the live game changes, please join us in the Dead by Daylight community Discord. Oh, I thought it was a live stream on the 9th, January at 9:30 a.m. Is it what? Are they going to do a Discord live stream? Huh. I thought I was going to have to get up at 9:30 tomorrow and simulcast this. I don't know what that's going to be. As always, we'll take time to read through your feedback and make further adjustments as needed before this update goes live on all platforms in the weeks following. So yeah, it's probably going to come out like on the 30th or 31st. 30th. 31st? What does my calendar say? What is the date? 30th. Maybe now we could spot the golden toolbox. Yeah, I hope so. I missed the generator part. So they're making it so that you can only kick a generator or regress a generator 8 times by any means. Generator can only get a maximum of 8 regression events. And it'll just become unkickable at some point. But I don't think I think this is an overall win for killers. Maybe they're going to wait for the swamp rework for the Shrek chapter. There's a stage room you can go into the Discord server like Twitter Space has. I don't know. That's less interesting to me than a Twitch stream. I don't think I'm going to bother. All right. So, what do people have to say? Let's refresh this. What do the good people of Dead by Daylight think of all this? Join us in the Dead by Daylight community Discord on January 9th to learn more about the new live changes. So somebody thinks that this means that they're going to nerf Buckle Up. Seatbelts save lives. Camera sensitivity is no longer incorrectly tied to controller sensitivity while using a mouse and keyboard. Will Billy still be able to curve, do 90 degrees, 180s, etc.? I want to know before I jump with happiness. Yes, he can. He'll still be able to curve as far as 100% sensitivity allowed him to curve before. Dude, the Onryo changes look good. Well, One Pump Willie would know. Would it be possible to also bring back Erie tape in a lesser form? Hell nah! Increase the damage kicking from a generator to 5%, and at least 5% of the total's charges must be repaired to stop the regression. I mean, when you think about that, coupled with Ruin not disappearing when a survivor's killed or sacrificed, that makes Ruin pretty powerful. Every time you get pushed off a gen, you're going to keep on getting that Ruin, right? And it makes more like old Ruin, like, Hex Ruin is no longer disabled once a survivor is killed or sacrificed. This man is ready to cook. This man is ready to cook. Me when Shadowborn is base kid. I'm leaving the universe. Oh my god. Ruin is being reverted to not die when a survivor dies. That is correct. Oh, and by the way, you can't use the FOV slider on Chucky. So you can use it on any first-person killer, but you won't be able. It won't do anything. The FOV slider won't do anything on Chucky. But will that Ruin stay on after the gen has regressed 8 times? Oh, that's an interesting point. That's a good question. Let's ask. Should we ask them that? Will Hex Ruin stop regressing a generator once it has regressed it 8 times? I'm assuming it will, but remember, like, you would have to do 5%, right, for it to be considered another regression event? Because you couldn't just tap it and then be like, tap it and let go, tap it and let go, tap it and let go, and go through the 8 regressions. That's why they made it so you have to do 5%. I mean, if you wanted to, you could do 5% and let go, and then do 5% and let go. But I don't know if you want to do that. Where's that swamp rework at, though? Throwing tomatoes. Yeah, really, right? Yes, that is also true. The regression, it wouldn't count as a regression event until 2.5% let go. So in theory, I guess you could exhaust all the regression events from a Ruin on a single gen, but you'd have to like let it, you'd do 5% and then you'd let it, or you'd let it go down 2.5% and then you do 5%. Then you let it go down 2.5% and then you do 5%. Like, is it really worth it to let go of the gen just to be like, I disabled Ruin on this gen? Like, just finish it. Like, you're gonna end up giving what, 20% of the gen back just to do that if you're doing it perfectly. That is too much effort. Potential energy is going to be meta now. Might give it a boost. I just want to talk to whoever voted for Lights Out. I voted for Lights Out. They want to talk to me. And then somebody said, Paulie, I can't believe you voted for Lights Out because you hate, like, darkness mode against the dredge. And then I thought about it and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? What did I do? Does anybody notice in the blog post it says gameplay update and not graphical update? Or what, Ormond? What part are we talking about? Ormond gameplay update. I guess maybe they just mean because it's like tile changes. They haven't really done like a, they haven't really spruced up the looks like with the new Unreal Engine like they did on other maps. It could be why they did that. What is lights out again? I'm assuming it's super scary dark mode. Hey, Frank by Daylight's back. Where you been, Frank? Where you been, Frank? Seen Frank by Daylight in a while. Killer buff after killer buff. Y'all gotta be joking with the incessant and unnecessary killer buffs. I saw somebody here say, remember when you got those survivor buffs? I was like, oh yeah, I remember. I remember when they're like, remember when you got those survivor buffs in 2022? I'm like, yeah, I remember that. I remember when I got hit and I got less distance. I remember when I stunned you and you were able to be stunned for less time. I remember when I threw down a pallet and you were able to break it faster. Yeah, I remember all that, all those buffs that I got as survivor. Yeah, I remember all those from 2022. Uh-huh. I remember when you got bloodlust faster and you buffed me by survivor because you got bloodlust faster. Yeah, I remember all those buffs I got. All right. So what do people think about this? I hope we get the village back. I really thought like that's what was happening, especially when Dave talked about that. See, you know, Rinka, fellow Fog Whisperer, friend of the stream. You remember when you got Buckle Up and For the People? That wasn't in 2022, Emil. That wasn't in 2022. It wasn't in 2022. We haven't had that for a year and a half. It's looking like it's Alan Wake, but I'm still hoping for Hopper. Rinka is a Hopper stan. They already added Alan Wake into Fortnite, so it's time to get him into DBD. Flashlight is the new survivor. The Flashlight's been a new survivor forever. We got one thing, Emil. We got one thing. You and your 60% killer rate can suck it. Remember when you could use both balance landing and sprint burst on the same build? What? I'm pretty sure sometimes this year there will be a second Stranger Things chapter. It seems like a missed opportunity if there isn't. I'm a Billy Main with the Milkman outfit and the Honey Hammer. I'm so glad that the tyranny of Billy bashing bozos and behavior are potentially over. I'm still cautious until I see. I mean, you got to think that even if what they proposed here for Billy isn't exactly what it's going to be, if they decide this is too much, there's no doubt that whatever comes through is going to be a net positive for Billy. Like, I mean, you got to be, you have to know that some way the overheat mechanic isn't going to be oppressive, right? So that's cool. And then like base 10% increased chainsaw sprint. I see people complaining about haste effects on killer perks on the forum. I love these effects. I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw people saying, so you guys nerf made for this, but we could just like stack haste effects on killers like there's no tomorrow, and that's fine, right? He used to be the second strongest killer. Now he's the second weakest tier. I mean, we got owned by a patriotic werewolf, Billy on the weekend, so I'm like terrified of going against that guy. But I'm overall, I'm going to be happy to see more Billies because I like the variety. Somebody clip that. What's lights out mode? So I'm assuming this is going to be disgustingly scary mode. So just think of it as like the Dredge Darkness, but against every killer. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. Mm, mm. It's obviously teasing Alan Wake, not the lights out mode. Why not both? King thinks it's Alan Wake. My face if tomorrow it's not Alan Wake. Mm. Alan Wake seems like the front runner. Do you think behavior should bring back the Moonlight control offerings? No, I don't think so. Mm. Please be Alan Wake. So this goes back in the category of Dead by Daylight. What now? What is this? That is weird. Okay, so somebody said screenshot this, and then it allows you to make a sticker out of it. This is some bot. Didn't they say the next two chapters are original? This isn't a chapter, though. I don't believe they did say that. I don't believe they did say that. I don't think Dead by Daylight said that at all. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. Until Dawn. What's going to be stronger? Two can play in Shadowborn or Friends to the End and Lightborn? Oh. Dust particles in the teaser do look like the Upside Down. And the flashlight looks like a police flashlight, so I'm still hopeful for Hopper. I like that. I don't think that's what it is, but I like that. The most important thing is how can we tie this into Candyman? Like, figure out a way to tie this into Candyman. I also like to point out that this is like a typewriter font. So I would say that Alan Wake is definitely the front runner. And so then, see, since they're in the same universe, that would lead you to believe that these characters would also be on the table, perhaps. I mean, I'm not that familiar with Alan Wake, but like, how many cosmetics can you make off of Alan Wake? It looks like he has a few different hairstyles, so there's probably something that can be done there. But if this is in the same universe, you might be able to get, what's her name? Jesse Faden as the Bureau's new director of the director from the new Federal Bureau of Control. And then what was the other one? Quantum Break, Jack Joyce, right? Quantum Break, Alan Wake 2. How Alan Wake 2 connects to Quantum Break. Continue for now. I don't know about Control, probably not. How Alan Wake 2 connects to Quantum Break. Alan Wake 2, as part of Remedy Connected Universe, contains a number of references and elements tying into 2016's Quantum Break. So these are all Remedy Entertainment Universe games. Alan Wake 2 connects to other games in Remedy Entertainment's universe with explicit references to Control and a more creative tie-in to Quantum Break. Inclusion of Quantum Break and Alan Wake 2 faced legal challenges, but Remedy found a way to incorporate elements of the game subtly. Oh, well, if they had legal challenges, then maybe not. Maybe they can't just put Jack Joyce in here if they are already getting legal challenges by mentioning Quantum Break. Yeah, maybe that's a no-go. Huh. Issues over the rights and licensing to the Quantum Break IP made it more difficult for Remedy to directly include elements from it in Alan Wake 2 without causing legal headaches for itself. Nevertheless, Alan Wake 2 manages to fit in pieces of Quantum Break lore, albeit in a more creatively roundabout fashion than Control's. While Control is certainly the biggest crossover component in Alan Wake 2, Remedy's 2016 time-traveling Quantum Break also makes an appearance in a manner. All right, so probably is not going to be Jack Joyce. Probably not going to be Jack Joyce. It could be the new FBI agent in the Alan Wake 2 saga. All right, let's see who the characters are in Alan Wake 2. Is it this Jesse person? Because if it's this Jesse person, then for sure. Alan Wake. This one? Agent Karen Estevez? Who's the main cast people? Saga Anderson? Where's that? Thor Anderson. Odin Anderson. There's a lot of Andersons here. I haven't done it, but I've seen videos of people hacking in ways that aren't really malicious, but more so immersive mods, such as first-person POV. Yeah, I'm not down with any of that. Keep your hands off the files. Keep your hands off the files. You're going to get hair growing out of your palms. Saga Anderson, Alan Wake. He's the other playable character. Saga Anderson is one of the protagonists in Alan Wake 2. Okay, so I'm on board for that. That sounds like a definite either 2 survivor release if they go that route, or as a legendary. Saga is an FBI agent with a gifted track record due to her supernatural abilities of profiling victims and suspects in her mind place through telepathy. 2023, she arrives to Bright Falls, Washington, in the nearby town of Watery, with her agent partner Alex Casey. I still hope we get Alex Casey. Who's Alex Casey? Investigate the murder of former the FBI agent Robert Nightingale by the Cult of the Tree. I love her. She's awesome. They have the actor from Quantum Break playing a character in Alan Wake 2, the Shawn Ashmore person, but they're not actually Jack Joyce. Oh my God, do you have your 100,000 plaque yet? Yeah, it's upstairs. It's actually a little dusty. You want to come dust it for me? That little recessed area with the play button in the middle collects dust. You gotta be vigilant. Sheriff Tim Breaker. So you think you guys think that this would be like the only character they would bring in? How strong is the connection between the Control video game and this? Think it could be Jesse Faden from Control 2, or nah, just these two? Is that cool, or is it over exaggerated? What, the plaque? I love the plaque. Sometimes you just good stuff is there and it collects dust, though. It's not like I don't care about it. I get dust on all kinds of things I care about. Probably not for DBD. Alan Wake to Control. Oh, Alan Wake 2 next to Control.
Say
Alan,
yes to the zester of Paulie Esther.
Thank you, Mr. Artistic, for the 57 months. Being the latest game in Remedy's connected universe, Alan Wake 2 naturally has plenty of references and connections to 2019's Control. That's kind of cool that the Remedy has all their games in the same universe, kind of like Stephen King-esque. Alan Wake 2 connects directly to Control through in-game documents in the AWE DLC, with Alan Wake guiding Jesse Faden and a future report teasing the sequel. Oh, really? So Alan Wake actually appears in the Control video game? The Federal Bureau of Control plays a significant role in Alan Wake 2, with appearances of their technician and their attempt to contain the dark presence. Both Control and Alan Wake 2 feature an area called Ocean View, with connections to different dimensions and a shared spiral design, suggesting a deeper connection between the two games. Though the first Alan Wake and Control were technically the first pieces of Remedy's connected universe puzzle, Alan Wake 2 is the first title that's released after the universe's announcement. And as such, fans were expecting some pretty things going in. Thankfully, Alan Wake 2 not only delivers a stellar story of its own, but also does so while drip feeding cameos and other big connections to Control and the wider Remedy connected universe. Are you excited for Frank Stone in DBD? The Aw DLC. All right, so it sounds like if it is Alan Wake, that Saga Anderson is very likely, according to y'all, huh? Especially being a playable character, right? Are those the only playable characters they have for Alan Wake 2? Did we find the cult symbol in the flashlight from Alan Wake where the light shines? Eh? I low-key like Saga more than Alan, so that sounds like a very significant chance that she would be a playable character too. So I would prefer her. Well, I mean, I don't think she would be the only one to come to us from the Alan Wake universe, right? 2 triangles. It definitely looks like there's a triangle in the light to me, right? That's pretty undeniable that there's a triangle in the flashlight. Mm. Do 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 do. Oh, I see. They're like 2 triangles stacked on top of one another. I don't know if I see 2 triangles stacked on top of one another in there. But I definitely see one. Yeah, I see a lot of examples of these 2 triangles. So I guess it kind of looks like this. Like that's what the symbol looks like that you're talking about. I just saw you as Survivor in an old Omrecker video from 2020 where he was playing twins. I remember that. That was like when it first came out or on PTV. Saga versus the Cult of the World. The upside down triangle is a symbol from Control. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Interesting. So maybe it will be Alan Wake and Control, but probably not going to be Quantum Break. If they were already having legal issues putting Jack Joyce into their game, they're like, no. I would have loved a Walking Dead chapter. I really felt very strongly that that's what it was going to be. So there's your Control symbol. And there's your Cult of the World. Put this over here for a second. Back over here. Oh, wait. Now I have to do this. Yeah, your Cult of the World. And then there's your flashlight. So I don't think there's any denying that there's some triangle shape inside of that flashlight. We should get at least one flashlight perk. That should be clear, I would say. So how would you feel about this if this is what the chapter is? Alan Wake? Are you a fan of Alan Wake? Are you deep into this Remedy universe? Are you a fan of Control if you're a fan of Alan Wake? Do you have any advice for not letting overtly toxic killers get to you? I had Chucky beat me on a hook, run over my body, shake his head, hump my body, face camp. Go get a drink. I don't know. I would say don't give them any reaction, right? Just don't react. I love Control. Does it look like handcuffs behind the flashlight to you? Oh, you mean like these two little lines here? Like it could be handcuffs? So that would play into like what, Hopper? Does the light shine also show two parallel lines where the light hits the darkness? Again, we're talking about these lines here, meaning Alan Wake 1 and Alan Wake 2. I thought it was handcuffs when I first saw it. I can see the handcuffs, and if that's the case, I see Saga being more likely as FBI. Alex and Saga are from the FBI. And so then the papers could also be FBI dossier stuff. The Evil Within, Sebastian is a cop. Papers from her case board. The line between the paper and the flashlight. Here would be Alan Wake. I do think it's Alan Wake related. That seems like the likely candidate. It wouldn't be the first time the devs ever fooled us about something. And then the two lines, what these ones would be Alan Wake 2, Alan Wake 2. And then these are handcuffs. We might get a Cult of the Tree skin. I think Alan Wake makes sense because the content is still fresh and Fortnite also has a skin. Cult of the Tree Alan Wake. Oh, wow. Alan disguise himself as Cult in this in some fashion? I don't know if we would get that, though, because it seems like it might be too killer looking. They're finally adding Tree to DBD. That Happy Death Day person is going to be so happy. Cult of the Tree. So you ready for the IGN release video before Behavior announces it? I don't know. They said that was planned. Pallet stun plus chemical trap plus flashbang. Once they start breaking, it is a strategy I want to test out. All right, so what do you think? I think the most clues that you all have pointed out to me points to Alan Wake. We have the typewriter font. Let me get rid of these. We got the typewriter font. We have pieces of paper for a novelist on the desk. We have the flashlight from Alan Wake. We have a triangle inside. We have a reflection of what appears to be handcuffs here. I'd say that's probably the front runner. Imagine they're making us think it's Alan Wake and it's not, and we would all have just ourselves to blame. I mean, it's kind of like the battle between FNAF and Hellraiser that one year, right? So I'm sure there's something that goes into these teasers that would perhaps be applicable to another license. Lucky for me, there's nothing Candyman related here, other than like, well, Candyman takes place in the police station at one point for the handcuffs, but that's about it. Typewriter, it's another Resident Evil related subchapter. No, I don't think so. Someone on Twitter suggested it could be Morse code. I don't know. Like, if you look at the frequency of the blinks in those 8 seconds, how much are you actually getting out of this? If you want to like plot this down for dots and dashes, like how many actual blinks do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what would be like 3 letters at the most? What's Morse code for an A? Is it Allen? Are they doing Allen in Morse code? Morse code. Morse code is dot dash for A. And L would be dot dash dot dot. I don't know. There's no way they're spelling out Allen. That'd be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, maybe there is 10. I counted 10 blinks. Maybe it is ALAN. It definitely doesn't start out dot dash though. What about AW or AWE? W is 3. Looks like dash dash dot to me. Dash dash dot is the beginning of a Q or a Z. D. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much because last time I did, I got hyped up big time for Predator or Slenderman, and I was actually disappointed when Chucky came out. I mean, it's probably best keep that mindset and not convince yourself too much that it's something. Everybody get in a circle, light the candles, and put your hands on the Ouija board, and we'll find out that way. Yeah, Randall, put your hands on the Ouija board, buddy. Randall, get in here. Get in here. Put your hands on the Ouija board. The flashlight is used to stun shadows, or as Saga calls them, the Takens, and destroy the shield protecting them. I got my little Ouija board Funko Pop. Does that count? Randall. Randall, the Ouija board's waiting for you. He just gave me the finger, Jordan. Randall just gave me the finger. Randall doesn't mess around with Ouija boards. Actually, there looks like a triangle in the flashlight. And the light beam itself shows two lights, creating another triangle. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so let me get my two triangle thing out again. So if you're saying that this is the initial triangle here inside of the lens, and then if you follow these beams of light, we have two sides of a second triangle, which mimics the triangle and the triangle that we see there as the symbol from Alan Wake. I think that's got to be Alan Wake then, right? You can see this light being cast off and this light being cast down mimics the triangle here and here on those sides inside pretty perfectly. Definitely looks like two sides of a triangle within another triangle. Yeah, I think you've nailed it. You nailed it, Richie. I think by propensity of the evidence, we have a lot of stuff that we can say. What was Morse code for A? It was dot dash. I don't know if you want to time it out and see if you can figure out like the line of dots and dashes. Maybe we could break it down and see if there's a word there, but I don't know. Is there any Morse code in Alan Wake? Morse code play any role in Alan Wake at all? Do they have any connection? Morse code in all of Alice's videos. So this is something they do, how to solve the Morse code puzzle. Huh. That's interesting. So you've found another potential connection? Hmm. Well, I mean, between the font typeface, the papers, the triangle, perhaps the secondary triangle, reflection of handcuffs, flashlight. It looks like Alan Wake to me. I'll be shocked if it isn't Alan Wake at this point. As much as I would love to see Hopper come in and you make the argument that all these dust particles are part of the upside down and that's a cop's flashlight and a cop's handcuffs. The Illuminati triangle. Hmm. I'll be shocked if it's Stranger Things, given this stuff. It looks like Alan Wake has the edge to me. And the internet seems to agree. Doo-dee-dee-dee. The Scooby-Doo gang. Yeah. I do like that one Until Dawn connection, though. Definitely not Walking Dead at this point. Hmm. Mm. I would fall out of my chair if it's anything other than Alan Wake at this point. Does seem like the front runner for sure. I can't believe they didn't reveal it today. Like, what in the heck? All right, should we go play some DVD? What should we do? Let's go play the video game.
No, you're putting me at risk, my guy.
You're putting me at risk, my guy. All right. Move some of this stuff around here. Wow. There was one time someone speculated a Springtrap was confirmed because a dev posted a Crayola drawing that their toddler made that looked like some obscure Five Nights at Freddy's lore. I love our community. Never change, Dead by Daylight community. Marissa, you're welcome.
Say yes to the
Husky Swordsman, thank you for the 35
Paulie
months. I was hoping for an original Survivor. So was King, because that was our bet. I said there's no way it's going to be an original Survivor. Didn't make any sense to me. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll still lose the bet tomorrow. We'll find out. Maybe it's going to be a new original Survivor named Wallen Ake. Why do you think that? I just don't understand why it would be necessary to create a slot to sell a Survivor. The only time they did that was with Michaela, and that was when they introduced an entirely new mechanic to the game, which, let's face it, that sold Michaela, right? They sold Michaela on that mechanic. People wanted it. We don't have any information about any new and upcoming mechanic that could be connected to an original Survivor. Why would you go through the effort of creating an original Survivor and not just tie them to an original chapter? Especially when you're giving away 9,000 Oryx cells in the month of December that people could just turn around and use that to buy your brand new character that you spent all this time on. Unless it's like a love letter gift to the community. Hey, we created a new Survivor and you can use those 9,000 Oryx cells we gave you in December to buy them. It's just like, it seems like it's a low revenue aspect in my mind to do that. Boons seem to be abandoned anyways. Yeah, because they sold enough Michaelas, right? Michaela's old news now.
This holiday season comes a toy you'll simply die for.
There's a lot of licenses recently. I mean, so if we look at the history of releases, what did we have? We have, like, Leatherface, Freddy, the Pig, and then Ash? Like, all basically back to back to back to back? Okay, yeah, we had the Plague that was there. Kind of in the middle. I don't know. I think if it was an original, there'd be a lot more hype. Are you gonna play Killer or Survivor? Let's just show everybody how oppressive Sadako is right now and why she needs to be changed. I think an original Survivor would have to come with a lot of hype. An original standalone Survivor. But wasn't Michaela teased with a totem image? Like this could be a change to flashlights with a new mechanic? We're gonna sell our brand new original Survivor on something that makes flashlights OP. Killers are gonna love it. Well, we were pretty convinced that Predator was coming, but it ended up being an original chapter. Yeah. They also teased us with Legion, thinking we could be a Survivor. It could just be lights out mode. That's what I thought initially, but now that y'all start pointing all this other stuff out to me. Typewriter face is, that's a decision, right? Selecting a font, that's a decision. The trickery or intentional? Enter a locker and exit with a flashlight. Got any hopes for DVD this year? Candyman? If it was original, they tease a cinematic trailer instead of just an image, I feel like. You think? What would lights out mode even be? It would be like the Dredge, but all the time. Dredge mode versus any killer. Here's the question though. Would you have a terror radius as a killer? Would you hear the terror radius in lights out mode? Lights out mode is your flashlights don't work. You have to use it to bonk the killer. Can you explain Candyman? Because I haven't heard of him like I have of Freddy or Jason. Do you live in the United States or in North America, Richie? Just out of curiosity. Because I feel like Candyman is tied to North America. So if you didn't live in North America, then that would not, in the UK. Yeah, okay. So Candyman wasn't released in the UK. So, that probably has something to do with it. If you've ever heard of Bloody Mary, where you're not supposed to say their name multiple times, kind of like that. Candyman, you say Candyman in the mirror, and then he appears. Artist Daniel Robitaille was taken out, and they cut off his hand and replaced it with a hook. And then they made it so that he'd be attacked by bees by rubbing honeycomb all over his body. She got me. I feel like that's... Are you playing with me? No, that's actually Candyman's lore. What you got in your hand? Oh man, there's a delay on my swing there. Who's it? Time to go. It's kind of both, because like the baby that Candyman abducts in the original one appears. Appears in the Flash reboot remake. Carrying contest number 2. There she is. Do 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 do. She got away from me. All right, I got a lot of things here. What do I need? What are the things that I require? Saga Anderson. I ran into somebody with one of those STANLEYs. I only get a 50% bonus now. What am I doing for my build here? Oh no. My last tape. Hold on a second. This is my last tape. I need to get me some wards. Or does it matter because they're going to change this? Got a few weeks. Give me some black wards, please. Give me those black wards. I'm spending a lot of blood points here. Not seeing a lot of black wards. Not the purple thing I want. No purple things. One. Diesel Weasel. Good to see you. We're just streaming, going over all of the developer notes. Oh, I could have grabbed that tape myself. Dum-dum. You big dummy. I should have grabbed the black... Ah! Don't do that. Don't do that to me, please. So used to clicking the center button just to get through the... Oh, black ward. Black ward. But I cheated myself out of a natural tape. Tape. Give me that tape. Oh, more tape. All right. Nothing. Black ward or a tape, please. Nothing. Well, we're out of points. Okay. We got our black ward. Let's do this. Morse code. I wonder if anybody's going to find a Morse code connection in there. It'd be pretty impressive. You spent over 400,000. I think I got 2 or 3 tapes. 3 tapes and a couple of black wards. Oh my God, Randall, I'm looking at your Stanley Cup thing. So funny. So if I go on edit on this, can I change the picture now or no? Change the picture. Oh, here we can upload a thumbnail. All right, let's do that. Doo-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dead by Daylight Twitter. The gold edition. How much is the gold edition? Oh man. Downloads, file, save as JPEG. Okay, now can I do it? Desktop, thumbnails. That less than 2 meg, uploading, save. Okay, there we go. Like here. We're in the saloon. What do I want to do? Break some stuff here. Yeah. Imagine, I mean, we already have a Stanley Cup as a hockey trophy. So we got rid of that pallet. Oh man, I got stuck on that box. Can't believe he got that vault, honestly. I don't know if this is the guy for me to chase. Might not be the guy. In lights out mode, you play with your eyes closed. Thought he was killable, no? Is he not? Guess he ain't. He was, but it went away. I couldn't see any TVs that he could have done it to. What the hell? Ugh. They're doing a great job keeping tapes. My man. I've been looking for you. Oh man, what the hell? Where's she at? That eyeball, though. Another 3K with a hatch. They did a great job getting tapes in their hands. Really, really good. Okay, I don't need that. What else do we have going on here? Happy 35 months, Paulie. You're an amazing person. I love being here whenever I can watch your stream. Your friendship means so much to me, and it's been almost 3 years. I love you, brother.
Say
Pop
yes
pals
to the
for life.
Zester of Paulie Esther.
Oh. Okay, let's go zombie. I haven't been zombie for a few games. My last Black Ward. Maybe we'll play Hag or something. Or we could do impossible skill checks, Doctor. That orange eye looks like a candy, right? It's so lickable. Hello from France, Purnell. Hello to France. Candyman. Gummy eyeball. So anyway, Richie, if you're still here, there's 3 Candyman movies. None of them were released outside of North America. I think the 3rd Candyman movie was an actually direct-to-video release. They're not a widely well-known character, because the same as with Pinhead from Hellraiser, like those movies were only released in North America and in the UK. It's not a worldwide phenomenon, not a well-known property worldwide, which I think makes it rather niche. Who can take a sunrise? I do think that the new Candyman movie obviously helps put it back on the map. Nia DaCosta's movie, like a Jordan Peele production, but Nia DaCosta's the director, right? And this corrupt spread is weird. Oh, I screwed that up. Hey, you're the ghost hunter, right? Are you looking for me? Let's go ahead and take this, since she gave it to me. I'm taking all these that you're giving, girl. Are you picking up what she's putting down? Why is she teabagging? I don't know if she's gonna die. It's adobo chicken night. I'm coming over. Come on. Hell damn it. I'm gonna cost myself that. My own fault. Hey, how's it going?
Say yes to the
Danny V.
Zester of Paulie Esther. I heard somebody. That Yui's terrible. I thought you were playing Spirit for a second. Oh. My little teabagging friend here. So we're going back to old Sadako, sort of.
Where'd this girl boss go? How'd I lose her? There she is. My friend to the end with the tape. Ow. Bye. Okay. Michaela's teabagging in hell now. She's a witch. He's going bye-bye. Another 3K. Those survivors had a good grasp of be putting tapes in hands. Teabagger Michaela don't want to give me a GG. I guess not. Happy New Year. You like fries or onion rings more? Depends on whose it is. I probably like onion rings more, but eat them less. If that makes sense. It's censored. Teabagging is censored. It's not censored in game. 2 o'clock. What time should we have lunch, son? 3? Oh, I got my tape and my ward. That's exciting. Okay, one more of these and we'll switch over. How are we doing on our I'd like to get up in Erie before next 5 days. So with the add-ons I have, I get a notification whenever they are turning off a TV. So I get a loud noise notification so I can see where they're at. But I also know that that means that they're grabbing tapes, right? So the yellow aura means that the TV got turned off. So they were really grabbing tapes that game. A lot. Mm-hmm. This makes them scream out to me. I get some notifications of where they're at on the map. This stuff. What's up, Bruce Lee? Does teleporting increase the amount of condemned? Yes. So that's why it's like I'm just teleporting. It's map wide, giving them a stack of condemned. Unless they have a tape, then I gotta go smack them. So if I'm getting any loud noise notifications, last couple of groups have been pretty good about grabbing tapes. Then I gotta go smack them to give them some condemned. So when I'm getting those loud noise notifications, I should try to go find those people, smack the tapes out of their hand. Yamoka again. Is solo queue better now? Better in what way? And how long has it been since you've played? It's hard for me to make that determination. So everybody has to come to this side of the map. Might just hang out here and see who comes because... Yeah, see? And I don't know if I want to knock somebody down right away, so I might just, like, spread the damage. Got my totem. Why do we hate Michaela so much? Because she has a punchable face. Punch, Michaela. What? I get hit through that every freaking time. Are you kidding me? I will get hit every single time with that. Are you serious? Like every time without fail. Oh, I hear a boon. Yeah, you were saying? I don't know what this boon is, but I know I don't want it here. Okay, so we know somebody grabbed a tape over here. We got balance landing. You bagged that. You got that boon propped up again, whatever it is. Punch, 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 Michaela. He has got a tape. Not anymore. Really? Really? Getting stuck on that short side. Yeah, I was gonna say. Probably really not much for me to do here. It also makes it like easy to come back to somebody if you teleport and put them on the hook. Oh, you just W'd. Hello? Where are you going? You could just run out. No? You could just run out after a hit. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. That should not have been the 3K. No. That definitely should not have been the 3K. I didn't play that particularly well at all. They gave me that one. $3K again, but they got no one to blame but themselves for that one. If DBD's the king of horror, then when is Godzilla mode coming? What if that's what giant killer mode meant? All right, let's switch over. You want to do impossible skill checks? You can try that. Bad play from the Nia. Like, she took the time to heal herself up, and then she didn't run out of the gate. Like, she could have taken one hit and gotten out easily. What's lights out mode? The disgustingly scary thing that they talked about on the survey. Be like super dark. what was the survivor buff that we got? Save the best for last got nerfed a little bit. Is that our survivor buff? Pretty much. I am excited for Frank Castle. I wonder when it's coming. Like, I'd like to hear a release date. See, what are we doing here? And some slight buffs for Quick Gambit. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. Oh man, I don't have any Eries. This is bad. This is really bad. Does DBD, let me see, this is cut off. Does DBD still have a storyline with the Observer? I mean, I'm assuming they do, but... Alright, well, what do I want to use here? Discipline. I want to get an Eerie Queen, but... Huntress Lullaby. Unnerving. Distressing. And Merciless. And then we could go to the game to make it hard to find the totem, maybe, or Midwitch. Midwitch would be covering a lot. But I want to get something else here for this. Go with this first. I would really rather have Iridescent Queen to spread madness, but... Would you prefer the DVD movie being a movie, or if they put out roughly 20 minutes of live actions for each killer? No, I would want a real whole movie. A real whole movie, please, and thank you. And then hopefully, if any of these survivors are nice enough to play a blood point offering for me, we can get some extra blood points and hopefully buy a Eerie Queen. I'd like to play this and some Hag today. I'm not getting any pip progress. I mean, I guess when you're just like staring at survivors and murdering them, you don't get a lot of pips for that. Gotta go old school. See if I can get like up to gold 2. Might even get 2 pips on some of these games. Should be able to get up to gold 2. Back. Yada-dee. Yada-dee-da. Dead by Daylight developer update. There was player satisfaction survey asking us what new game modes we wanted. and disgustingly scary. Disgustingly scary. What did they describe disgusting scary to? Isn't Blumhouse in charge? Yeah, Blumhouse is in charge of the movie, yeah. I don't know who it would be. Disgustingly scary.
A very vague description, as it could mean.
Oh,
Number 9, disgustingly scary. Fog is thicker and shrouded in darkness.
Fog is thicker and shrouded in darkness. They said, "Oh, the killer wants to take me to a map. I'm leaving. I'm disconnecting without penalty." Isn't that fun? With fog thicker than normal and shrouded in darkness. I don't know how they're gonna pull the movie off. Well, I mean, they did FNAF. I would be very shocked if they were going to do anything that was like a brand new character and not part of Dead by Daylight already. I would be... You could knock me over with a feather if they make a movie and it doesn't have characters that we know from Dead by Daylight in it. Didn't we already have really dark gameplay? Yeah, like... So, would that be something if they turn back the Moonlight offering? Like thickest fog and darkest moonlight? I think James Wan is directing it. Well, they do have, what's it called? Atomic Robot? James Wan Studio is part of it too. Both of them are in on it. Which now, those two studios have combined. Watch the movie be about Frank Stone. I don't know. It'll be weird to me. Unless at that point Frank Stone is in DVD.
A very vague description, as it could mean a few things, like everyone always being in some dredge-like effect, or maybe we're returning to 2016 Dead by Daylight, where survivors were using flashlights just to see around the map instead of as blinding tools. What I do think this means, though, is the match will have 5 bottles of Murky Regent and a couple New Moon bouquets tossed in, for a much darker experience.
Yeah, you could stack 2 New Moon bouquets, right? That was the most you could do.
A ton of ancient Dead by Daylight footage, and I just have to say, while the graphics are a lot better now, everything is so bright. I think one of the only things this game hasn't improved on over the years is the atmosphere in-game. While not...
Oh yeah, we're playing! Okay, let's play. My man was still in here. I'm not going that way unless I know for sure somebody's down there. Like here. Man, these survivors are moving. Moving and grooving. Moving and grooving. My man's going comp corner. Okay, so you know they're over there because... Actually, what if I go... They both missed Merciless. What if I go there? Huh. What is that weapon? The weapon on the stick. The door's not ready yet, Jake. That hurts me. Hey, you. We didn't heal there. Interesting. We just came to push Jens. Push Jens all around. You touched my no-no square.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Headphones, I need to flip sides. My headphone wires in the way. Nope. Ada Wong. Yeah, I was like, I hear somebody working on a gen. They're working on the gen right above me. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I don't think I get away. I was gonna say I don't think I get her there. Oh yes, please take me this way. I'm pretty sure I can get you hook here. Yeah. This is like the only map where killers really struggle with hooks. Like their hooks are bad on this map. You've really been trying to get that gen, and they got it. Now what? Scratches. What's lights out mode? A disgustingly scary mode with extra fog and enshrouded in darkness. Hi, how you been? Dwight gave it up like a prom teenager there, didn't he? Oh, I didn't get anybody. I didn't get anybody, and he healed. Very interesting. Oh, because the other one dropped. They both dropped. Amazing. Help me seal a Metatron. Teach me where the survivors are hiding. You? Now what? Ready to die? No? Hi. There's my man. He's snapping out. No running in the halls. I think she wanted you to be a teacher. You taught her a lesson, all right. I'm surprised that he would stop and mind get pallets. Like, his only chance is to just W and hope to run into this patch, right? Don't you like my weapon? What's wrong with my weapon? What do you mean, what weapon is that? It's a great weapon. I'm upset you guys don't like my weapon. I showed you my weapon, please respond. How many pips did I get for that game? See, you double pip when you like hook people. I didn't mean it was bad. I just didn't know what outfit it's from. So now we made it into gold too. Isn't that exciting? I don't understand how that's possible though. That I needed 2 pips. You automatically get the first pip? Is that right? See what it says now. What? It just showed that I was in gold 2 with 1 notch. And then I come back out of the scoring thing and it's like, no, you're 3 with 4 notches. What is wrong with this thing? Why is that not accurate information? GG Tatsumi. Alright, I want to get a queen. Nobody brought me any blood point modifiers in that game. The Hard Whip Spark from the Fire Moon Festival outfit. What do I do now? I just want a queen. Just want a queen to share the fog with me, you know? So sad. I didn't get much lullaby value. Jake did a great job of running the hallways, just holding W. The tofu wearing Dwight was like, "You wait, you're on death hook, and you're just gonna let me yank you off the back of the gen?" I guess he was just like, "I'm playing the whole game in terror radius." Looking around, I guess. I don't know. Guess he didn't see me coming. You can either have a small Legion hunting knife or a huge Singularity curved scythe. Wow. I was looking through the Iron Maiden covers to see like what different versions of Eddie we could have. And I was like, I kind of like I would bet somebody that we would get this as a Deathslinger skin. I would lay odds. Maybe the gun wouldn't look the same. Probably still be the rifle and all that, but that aesthetic. And I think there's also like Funko Pop of Eddie. Maybe this one is more likely. Let me show you. This one might be even more likely. Hang on a second. Remind me to show you. Here we are again. Interesting. What the hell? Oh my god. She's a wizard. Hey, any Jen's white yet? Nobody's. Oh, that Jen's white up there already. It's already in Merciless Storm, that one. I get the same X spawn? Man, that's super unlucky. I'm not happy. Not happy about that at all. Thank you. Did you just break that hook behind me? You were breaking that hook behind me? That's funny. I was gonna say, I just got a notification that somebody's got an illusion here, right? See if she comes to drop this hook behind me.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Mm. All right. Yeah, they're gonna whip me. I'm gonna get whooped. And the adrenaline. I'm gonna get whooped. I should still get that, man. I don't get these things. Like, I hear you scream, and you still get stuff. But I didn't even drop off the edge. Not happy about that. No lullaby value. I have not had the best spawn for that in both games. It's a pretty crappy spawn, honestly. Alright, let's go salvage some breaking points. Is there anything I haven't busted? Because they won't leave, so. For whatever reason. Come watch me leave, Dad. I'll just get these points here. Maybe they wanted to let me get these hatch points. Look how nice Milton is, letting me get all these points. Isn't that great? Team was much more coordinated. Yeah, no doubt about it. Wasn't that nice of Milton to let me get those extra breaking points and close the hatch? Isn't that nice of them? Stick around. I mean, that's the only reason why they're staying at the gate like that, right? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So nice. So nice of you to hang out so I could close hatch and break pallets. Thank you. Here's the other one I wanted to show you. Like, that would be a cool Desslinger skin, right? Lunchtime. No. I'm not ending on that. Is Amazon Prime content over? I don't know. Go look. Prime Gaming. Dead by Daylight. See what happens at 3 o'clock. I think it usually goes live at 3, right? We couldn't find any results for Dead by Daylight. Interesting. So the last one's ended. Maybe it is over, huh? Check again in a minute. Mm. 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 Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. 3 o'clock, anything for Dead by Daylight? That will drastically solve Prime content complaints. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have to complain about getting 400,000 blood points from Amazon Prime anymore because we're not giving you anything anymore. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah, I think it's over. Because usually it goes from one into the other. Okay, let's hope I have a totem that doesn't get gone in 5 seconds. Did I get the same freaking spawn 3 games in a row? What the hell, man? No, I didn't. I got a worse one. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is faster. I think this is faster. They got one gen. They did it through the Merciless, no problem. this should not be the guy I'm running after. Maybe I need to get a weaker link here. I haven't even laid a glove on him yet. Let me see. Sprint burst hill. These are some aggressive survivors. These are those gen tappers that we heard about. Those gen tappers they warned us about. What now? Hello? Gen tapping is going to be a thing of the past. Back flip. Oh man. I almost had 3 people. Hey, come with me. In a world of pure imagination. Hey, you look just like your U2s. Did you like Wonka? I thought Wonka was amazing. I thought Wonka was amazing. I liked it that they like Johnny Depp's version, he was just a weird character. In Timothy Chalamet's version, he was eccentric, but like naive and innocent and wholesome, right? It was amazing. It was so good. All the Easter eggs were so good. Hey girl, hey. to play a little scummy, but I was gonna get rolled otherwise, man. Like, I'm getting less and less Huntress lullaby value. Maybe this isn't the map I want to be on. Maybe I should be on the game. Okay, now I'm gonna go have lunch. I protected my pip. I got a pip. Now, where does this say I am now? I don't know if I'll stream tonight or not. I'm not sure. With the PTB tomorrow, I might not. This is not the PTB, no. We don't even know who the survivor is yet. Might be Alan Wake. So weird. So the one game, it said I was in gold 2, and when it came out I wasn't. And then this one, it says I was in gold 3, and then that's what it is. That I got a pip. Didn't it say I got a pip, and isn't this where I was? This where I was after the last... Oh, maybe I lost a pip last game. Might have lost a pip that last game. Weird. I don't know. It's not very consistent in the information it's giving, though, about the scoreboard. How can I trust any of it? It seems like every time I look, it's... And do a... Like, I just usually just don't pay attention to it. But every time I pay attention to it and do, like, an audit on it, it seems like it's not working correctly. Is the PTB gonna show the survivor tomorrow? Yeah. I'm assuming. I'm assuming. Unless they're doing like 2 separate PTBs, which they had done before. I don't know. Now you got me wondering. I'm assuming that there's going to be more to reveal. That's going to be the survivor on top of that too. I don't know. We'll find out. Find out what is up. Doctor, I'm gonna take you to the game next, maybe, huh, buddy? Oh, and I didn't get my... Never did get my queen. I need my queen. My queen. Queen? Queen! Makes it a lot easier to play this with queen, because then... Queen! We are the champions, my friends. Because then they're spreading the madness to each other. So this order is just something to throw on. I would much rather have the queen. Do I have any black wards? I don't have any black wards. I used them all up. Because then they're giving out a lot of information about their location with their screams. Mind you, I had a lot of survivors the last couple of matches who were palm spiriting because they must be sick of Ultimate Weapon revealing their location. Which is understandable. Alright. Maybe we'll play some more Killer tonight. This just looks like a stick. This doesn't even look like a weapon. It's like a branch. Weird. Because I do want to get my my killer grade up into eerie. Some level of eerie. If I can. Play some Legion. All right, I gotta go. My son's gonna be like, "So we're eating lunch, Dad? Come on, it's 3 o'clock." All right. We'll see you later. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.